The octatonic scale is a bit like Rubik's Cube. We can figuratively assemble it musically in hundreds of different ways, and it has a very different sound according to how we use it. It is like a kaleidoscope for much the same reason. Although it seems to be a very simple system of 8 pitches, when we hear this scale, it also seems to have around 1,000 different sounds according to which note we start on and what chords we synchronize the scale with. I want to say that for a musician, it is worth its weight in gold, although that may seem a strange thing to say about something that is a concept and has no weight. But I think we can figuratively use the saying, worth its weight in gold, to express the usefulness and the fascination of the scale. In fact, over the last couple centuries, the scale has fascinated many famous composers as they explored its musical potential. You will hear it in the music of Liszt and Wagner, then Tchaikovsky, then Debussy, and of course Rachmaninoff. It is very popular with jazz musicians, and it is everywhere in the music of film composers. Last week I heard it in the music of a video game my family was playing. But what is this mysterious scale? It turns out that it is nothing but an alteration of whole tones and half tones. First you play one interval, and then you play the other interval. You can continue this all the way up or down the piano. The scale sounds different according to which notes you accent. If you accent first the notes of all the whole tones, then you get what I call octatonic 1. If you accent first the notes of each half tone, then you get a different feeling, although the notes are exactly the same. So I am labeling these two different sounds octatonic 1 and octatonic 2. Basically, we can say this. One form of the octatonic scale starts with a whole tone, and this is the first form. Another form of the octatonic scale starts with a half tone, and that is the second form. In either case, you have the same alteration of whole tones and half tones, but the interval that you start with affects the accent and so changes the feeling. A key feature of the octatonic scale is the tritone. Many centuries ago, the tritone was avoided altogether at all costs. It was considered unusable. But over time, the tritone was used more and more until by the time of Bach, it became very common. In the octatonic scale, there are 4 different tritones, so this sound is very dominant and gives us the very dark sound that we associate with it. There are always several 4-note chords that synchronize very well with this scale. The diminished chord works very well with either form, but best with the first form. The half diminished chord, the dominant 7 chord with a flat 5, and the regular dominant 7 chord work best with the second form. All this only scratches the surface of what can be done with the octatonic scale, but it is a very good start. Once again, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me comments about what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see in the future, and what I can change to make this whole thing better.